Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm here to budget for April, and I am super excited about April because it's a new start and hopefully closer to an end with all of this craziness. So before we get into that, I just wanted to quickly talk about a couple things that I use. I know some people who watch my videos are returning, but a lot of people may be new. This might be your first time watching, so I just wanted to quickly go over a couple things. First thing, this planner is the 7x9 Deluxe Monthly Planner from Erin Condren. I do have the rose gold coil, and again, 7x9. I will have it linked down below if you guys want to check it out. I believe all the planners right now are like 50% off. Ridiculously cheap. Obviously, like you'd probably be starting in April, but still, if you want to get a start into 2020, that's definitely an option. And then the new Deluxe Monthlies will start, I think the earliest will be July, which is the one that I will be getting. Actually, August, I guess, is when it'll start. Okay, so with that being said, I also use my own stickers, so I will have a link to my shop as well. I have an Etsy shop that is pretty much exclusively budget stickers, and I keep track of all of them in this Erin Condren like on the go sticker album, I think it's called. So I always keep like older kits in here just in case I want to come back to them, and then any kits that I've already released. So this is May. So definitely check out my my shop if you're interested. Obviously everything is for April, and I do have like a monthly view that I like to put down, and the reason why I do this is just so that everything kind of matches, but also to cover up the Erin Condren designs that are in the planner, because there's a lot of stuff that just doesn't really go with my theme, and so I cover it up just to make it kind of look a little bit more uniform. This is probably one of my favorite kits. I really, really love the purple and the blue together. For some reason, I think it's super pretty, and I feel like it's like a soft transition into springtime, which I feel like is perfect. So anyway, I am filming this again at night, and I think the lighting is fine, so you guys should not have a problem with that. But it is my second night in a row filming and like getting work done, and tomorrow I return back to work, which you guys are watching this after I've already worked a full day, and it's kind of crazy to think about that it's coming up that fast. So anyway, my monthly view is all ready set to go. In this monthly view is where I keep track of all of my expenses that are related to my budget. So I don't have anything yet to put in here. And then this is kind of where I keep track of my budget, and then my weekly check-in page. So we'll go ahead and do our budget today. And so I have my budget sheet here, and then I do also have a couple different sheets of washi. I love just adding a little bit of decoration to my budget. I feel like it helps me stay interested in my budget. I think that's probably the best way to say it. So I'm gonna put my budget on this side because I do my budget one time during the month, and then that's it, and I don't have to write on it again until the very end of the month. And so I know I'm gonna have to do a lot more writing on the weekly check-in page, so I try to not put that against the coil. So that's kind of the reason why it's on this page. I'm really interested to see what they end up doing with the Deluxe Monthlies. I'm really hoping that we get some more pages in between, or at least like an option to do that, because I know you can recoil and do that type of thing, but honestly I just don't want to do that. I feel like it's not gonna look as nice. The coil and everything wouldn't look as nice, but I don't know. I know a lot of people do it. I just personally don't want to. I don't want to. Okay. So I'm gonna use my Pilot G2 this time, and I'll probably make a mistake because I'm using it. I feel like the last couple of times I've done budget videos, I haven't made any mistakes, and so I've been like, oh, I kind of like the look more of the Pilot G2. It just looks a little bit cleaner, but anyway. So in terms of income, we have my salary. We have my variable income. And then we just have like a miscellaneous category. In March, I did get a bonus for my job. Our bonuses are a lot are really dependent on like the weather and like hurricane season, but also a lot to do with like the stock market and stuff. And so in 2019, we actually did pretty well. So we got a bonus, and I don't know what's gonna happen in 2020, especially because of all the stuff going on right now with all of this and the stock market going down because of that. So we'll kind of see how things end up. But I did get a bonus in March, which was nice. I don't anticipate anything really happening. I'm gonna wait to put this down first. I don't anticipate anything really happening in April, but I know that we are getting a tax refund. So if we get that, in March, then that will be recorded in March. If we get that in April, it'll be recorded in April, and that will go in the miscellaneous category. So that's that. And then I always split my budget into 2 different categories: variable expenses and then fixed expenses. So we'll start with the variable. Before we get into that, I just want to quickly draw in my lines. I'm not one of those people that like the lines being perfect matters. I just need it to be functional. That's the main thing. I don't try and focus too much on all of the random like things being perfect, because things are never perfect. When you're drawing things out, they're never perfect. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into our expenses. And there's something oh yeah, I need to add coffee. And I don't know if I want to do that as a variable expense or if I want to add that to my sinking funds, because I did just place an order for my Nespresso. If you guys have not followed me on Instagram, definitely follow me on Instagram. I have a whole Nespresso thing, story about it, because I'm obsessed with my new coffee drink. But I don't know if I should include that as a variable expense, because there might be months where we don't have to pay for it. I think we'll probably be good for a whole month. So I'm probably gonna include it in sinking funds. I think that's probably the best bet. Okay, variable expenses, let's get right into it. So I'm just gonna list all of my expenses, then I'll put in our budget amount. So our electric, I'm gonna put in first. So electric, gas, which is our gas for our house. We have cable, gas for our cars. So I just put gas and then cars next to it. Groceries, eating out. Eating out is a cash divider, so I just put a little C next to it. Then we have household items. And I always keep that separate from groceries. I know a lot of people combine them, but I just like them separate. And then we have haircuts. Both Jason and I get an allowance, so we have that in here. I do get my eyelashes done, so I have my eyelash category. We are buying a car seat for Macy, a new car seat, like so that we can have one in my car, one in Jason's car. So I'm just gonna add that as like a completely separate, like random item. And then we do have sinking funds. Sinking funds, and then I like to put something down for unbudgeted. I don't actually put a dollar amount for that. I just like to put like a space holder for that, so that if there's anything under the actual category that or column, we have something for a space for it. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw our little lines on this side. Okay, so in terms of electric, we're going to do $100, which is exactly what we did last month. I haven't gotten our electric or gas bill yet, so I'm hoping that these numbers are around that. I'm always in like a weird loop where I don't know what it's gonna be, especially when I'm doing this ahead of time, so hopefully that's a good enough amount. For cable, I'm gonna do $130, and that's a little bit more than what it probably will be, but we've been home obviously, so I want to give us a little bit of wiggle room just in case we rent a movie here or there. Gas for our cars is gonna be $150, and with me working from home, I'm gonna be working from home until like April 13th, and we really aren't going anywhere, so I'm guessing gas is gonna be really low, like really low, but we'll see. Groceries, I'm gonna give us $500, and that is $125 per Sunday, because normally if things were all normal and we were back in our routine, we'd be grocery shopping on Sundays, and I think $125 is sufficient at this point. For eating out, I'm gonna give us $200. Again, I'm giving a little bit of extra just because we're not into a routine, and with everything going on, some days, especially when you're cooped up, we're like, let's just order some food. It's just easier, and it's like a little treat. For household, I'm just gonna give us $100. That's usually sufficient. Haircuts are always $40. That's $20 for my eyebrows every month to get threaded, and then Jason's haircut. For allowances, we get $20 per Friday per person. So this month it'll be $80 per person, which ends up being $160. My eyelashes, I get done every 3 weeks and are $60 every 3 weeks. And so this month it's just $60. It just happens that I'm only going once. For the car seat, I'm gonna budget $240. Jason found pretty much the same exact car seat that we got for Macy, like when we got her a convertible car seat at Costco, and it was $199. So I'm guessing with tax, $240 is probably enough. Sinking funds, I don't actually list out here because it includes taxes, and I don't really share that. So I'm not gonna put that in yet. And then for unbudgeted, obviously that will be $0. Okay, so now into our fixed expenses. One nice thing about having this breakout is that I have plenty of room in this planner, because if you had a normal budget and lots of expenses, it'd be really hard to, you know, list all of them out on one little sheet. So, okay, and I put this ruler here because if I don't, I will make it totally crooked. So first we have our mortgage. Then we have Netflix. We have Apple Music. We have Amazon Prime. We have our car. We have swim. And then we have Macy's two preschools, which I like to list out separately. And then we have our little Poppy subscription, which is a bow subscription for the girls. Okay, so I can add my little total at the bottom here. Okay, and then I'll draw my line, write in my amounts here. Okay, so Netflix is $15.99. Apple Music is $9.99. Amazon Prime is $12.99. Swim is $90, which we did get a email from them saying, because it's obviously everything is canceled right now. So swim is canceled until the 7th, I think. It's canceled for a while. And basically what they're gonna do is whenever they do open, they're gonna prorate the tuition. So they're not gonna charge us anything right now, but when they actually open and everything kind of gets back to normal, they'll charge us, and it'll just be like for whatever is left of the month. So there's a possibility that, well, I should say this. all of the amounts, swim and I'm guessing both preschools, will be different amounts, but I'm just gonna put them in as they are. And even though they're not really fixed expenses, because this month it might be different, I'm just gonna put it in for now, and then I'll make adjustments. I'll like mark it in red or something, depending on what it ends up being. Macy's other preschool is $139. That's her like full or her half day preschool. And then we did pay for March already for her other preschool, and it was closed. So I know that we're only gonna be paying half a month when they reopen, and I don't know if they're even gonna open in April, because they said that their official, like, their official start date will be April 27th. So I am putting less money for this one, just because I know it will for sure be a lot less, and that's $585. That's just half of what it would be. It's a little bit over $1,100 if it was like a normal month. And then for little Poppy, it's $33.22. So those are all of our fixed expenses. And this is just goofy. Like normally the fixed expenses would be the same every single month, but obviously with everything going on, there's no way to know for sure what it's really gonna be. So I'm gonna go ahead and put our potential savings down and our actual savings. I pretty much do a zero balance budget, or whatever it's called. Basically what happens is everything like income minus all of our expenses is savings and goes straight into our savings account. I always have like a buffer in our checking account, just in case a bill is more expensive, or just in case we like something comes up and we need some extra money. But for the most part, everything that we save is gonna go right over to our savings. We don't, like, if it's not recorded here in this budget, it doesn't come out of our checking or savings, basically. So for me, what I normally do is I will keep a certain amount in our checking account, and then once we get to, like, let's say we get to like 15,000 or something in our checking account, then I'll transfer over 10. So I always like to leave like 5,000 at least in our checking account, just for like if a bill comes in, or you know, that a check comes in, or a check gets cashed that we didn't that I kind of forgot about, or whatever else it may be. What was I gonna say about that? There's something I was gonna say. I'm totally blanking on it right now. I don't know what I was gonna say now, but I had a whole idea. So anyway, I will think of it at some point and mention it again in a different video, I'm guessing. So anyway, that is pretty much it for our April budget. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me set our budget up. Let me know what you guys are doing in terms of April expenses. Are you planning your budget out like you normally would? Are you budgeting like based off of what's happening right now? Let me know what you guys are doing. And it's gonna kill me that I can't remember what I was gonna say. Something about transferring money over, having a buffer. What was I gonna say? I don't remember. It probably wasn't that important if I forgot it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions for me, leave them down below. If I can think of whatever I was forgetting, I will comment down below and let you guys know. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.